My friend, I believe today is not an ordinary day for you. You didn't just click on a video, you were guided here. Allah brought you to this moment because He's about to remind you of something powerful. Your story isn't finished yet. The challenges you're facing, the delays you don't understand, the prayers you're still waiting on, they're not signs that Allah has forgotten you. They're signs that He is preparing something far greater than you ever imagined. Sometimes we look at our lives and think, this is it. This is as far as I can go. But Allah says, I will elevate you. I will raise you in ways that will surprise you. You may feel overlooked today, but Allah sees you. You may feel stuck, but Allah is arranging things. You may feel tired, but Allah is strengthening you. You see, when Allah wants to lift you higher, He doesn't ask permission from your past. He doesn't check who doubted you, who walked away, who said you weren't enough. Allah looks at your heart, your sincerity, your faith, and He says, rise. You are meant for more. Some of the greatest blessings in life come after the greatest struggles. The moments when you feel like giving up are often the moments right before Allah opens a door you never saw coming. Today, I want to remind you, Allah is not only restoring what you lost, He's preparing to lift you beyond what you ever dreamed. So keep your head high. Keep your faith strong. You may not see it yet, but something is shifting, something is moving, something is aligning. Allah is taking you from where you are to where you're destined to be. And it's higher, greater, and more beautiful than anything you've imagined. Today, I want to talk to you about a message of hope, a message of elevation, a message straight from the heart of faith. Allah is lifting you higher than you ever dreamed. You might be in a season where things feel slow, where your progress seems small, where your prayers feel unanswered. But let me tell you, just because you don't see movement doesn't mean Allah isn't working. Allah specializes in quiet miracles. He prepares breakthroughs in silence. He shapes blessings behind the scenes. The hardship you went through, the tears you cried, the nights you questioned your path, none of that was wasted. Every moment was building you, shaping you, refining you. Allah was preparing a higher place for you, a place of peace, a place of strength, a place where what once felt impossible becomes your reality. You're coming into a season where Allah is going to lift you in ways you never expected spiritually, emotionally, financially, and personally. Not because you're perfect, but because you kept faith even when life didn't make sense. Because you trusted Allah even when you could have given up. And Allah rewards those who rely on Him. So today, prepare your heart. Open your mind. Because Allah is getting ready to lift you higher, higher than the pain you've endured, higher than the limits others placed on you, higher than your own fears, doubts, and expectations. Your story is not ending, it's rising. When Allah promises elevation to those who remain patient and trust His timing, it is not just a spiritual concept. It is a divine principle that repeats itself throughout life. Patience is not passive. It is strength under pressure, faith under uncertainty, and calmness under difficulty. When you remain patient in a season of waiting, you are showing Allah that you trust Him more than your circumstances. You are saying, "Why, Allah? Even if I don't see the way, I know You are the way. Even if I don't understand the process, I trust Your plan." That kind of patience is powerful because it opens doors that cannot be opened by effort alone. It attracts blessings that rush toward you in ways you could never orchestrate. Many times, the elevation you're praying for is already written for you, but Allah is preparing your heart, your character, and your capacity to receive it. If He gave it to you too soon, you might mishandle it, misunderstand it, or misjudge it. The delay is actually protection, not punishment. It is Allah shaping you into the person who can handle the blessing He has prepared. Think about how Allah transforms people in quiet seasons. While you're waiting, you're growing patience, resilience, humility, and gratitude. These aren't small things. They are the qualities that allow you to rise without breaking, succeed without forgetting Allah, and move forward without losing your grounding. Allah does not elevate people based on how loudly they demand blessings, but on how sincerely they remain steadfast when nothing seems to be happening. Your patience in the waiting room of life is what qualifies you for the next level. Every moment of frustration, every prayer with tears, every time you held on when it would have been easier to let go, all of it is noticed by Allah. Nothing you endure with patience is ever wasted. Allah keeps a record of every silent sacrifice, every hidden struggle, every quiet moment of trust. Trusting His timing means believing that if something hasn't happened yet, it's because the right moment hasn't arrived. Allah knows when your heart is ready, when the situation is aligned, when the right people are in place. He knows when circumstances will turn in your favor and when opportunities will open that once felt impossible. Sometimes the longer the wait, the greater the blessing. The deeper the struggle, the higher the elevation. You may be in a slow season, but that doesn't mean you're in a forgotten season. Allah never ignores the heart that relies on Him, and He never delays a blessing that is meant for you. What is written for you will come, and when it comes, it will arrive with clarity, ease, and purpose. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, when the path looks unclear, when you question whether your patience is worth it. That is exactly where faith becomes real. Faith isn't proven when everything goes smoothly. It's proven in the waiting, in the silence, in the times when you must choose trust over fear. When you hold on to Allah during these moments, you are elevating your soul, and that elevation leads to the elevation of your circumstances. Allah raises those who remain humble, sincere, and patient in trials. He sees what others do not see. He knows what others do not know, and He can do what no one else can do. Your job is to remain patient. His job is to lift you higher. And He always keeps His promise. Your struggles are not signs of weakness or failure. They are signs that Allah is preparing you for a higher purpose. Every hardship you face, every challenge you push through, every moment that feels heavy and overwhelming is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. You may not realize it while you're in the middle of the struggle, but Allah is strengthening you in ways you cannot yet see. The things you're going through are not meant to break you. They are meant to build you. They are carving out resilience, molding your character, expanding your patience, and deepening your faith. When Allah prepares someone for elevation, He often does it through tests that reveal hidden strength and uncover potential you never knew you had. What looks like a setback to you is actually a setup for growth, a step toward the destiny Allah has written for you. Sometimes you might look at your struggles and wonder why things had to be so difficult, why doors didn't open sooner, why people hurt you, why opportunities slipped away. But if everything were easy, you wouldn't learn how strong you truly are. If you never faced opposition, you wouldn't know how to rely on Allah with full trust. If every prayer were answered instantly, your heart wouldn't develop the faith needed to hold bigger blessings. Allah does not allow a struggle unless it is connected to your future in some meaningful way. What feels like pressure is shaping you into someone capable of carrying more responsibility, more wisdom, more gratitude, and more strength. When you later step into the blessings Allah has prepared, you will realize that the struggle wasn't wasted. It was necessary. Struggles teach you things success never will. They teach patience when the world feels rushed, humility when pride tries to creep in, compassion when you meet others who suffer, and gratitude when relief finally arrives. They teach you to seek Allah more deeply, to pray more sincerely, to appreciate every small blessing. They remove the ego, the haste, the dependence on people, and replace them with reliance on Allah alone. In the struggle, you discover who you really are and who you are becoming. And more importantly, you discover how close Allah truly is to you. Some of the most beautiful transformations happen in the darkest seasons, when your soul learns to shine even without light around it. Your struggles are also preparing you for blessings you may not be ready for yet. Sometimes Allah withholds something not because you aren't deserving, but because He wants to ensure the blessing doesn't overwhelm you or pass through you without impact. Your current challenges are strengthening you to carry something bigger. They are training you to appreciate what's coming, to handle success with dignity, and to rise to the next level without losing yourself. You are being stretched not to break, but to expand your capacity. The struggle is proof that Allah is preparing you for more. The pain you feel today is connected to the elevation you will experience tomorrow. Every tear, every prayer, every hardship is leading you towards something greater that Allah already knows is written for you. Delay is not denial. Allah is setting the stage for something greater. When Allah delays something in your life, it is never because He has forgotten you or turned away from you. Delay is one of the ways Allah protects you, prepares you, and positions you for a blessing that matches the depth of your prayers. Sometimes you ask for something small, but Allah wants to give you something bigger. You might be looking for a door to open right now, while Allah is building an entire pathway that will take you further than you ever imagined. Delay is not silence, it is strategy. It is Allah rearranging situations, aligning hearts, removing obstacles, and shaping you into the person who can receive what you've been praying for. If He gave it to you too early, it might not benefit you. If He gave it to you in the wrong season, you might not recognize it. Delay ensures that when the blessing arrives, it arrives in the most meaningful, impactful, and perfect way. You may feel like life is standing still, but behind the scenes, Allah is moving pieces you cannot see. He is softening hearts, redirecting opportunities, and preparing the right people to enter your life at the right time. What feels like nothing happening is actually everything happening. Allah does not rush your destiny because He knows exactly when each moment needs to unfold. A flower does not bloom before its time, and likewise, your blessing will not arrive before the moment Allah has written. What looks like a pause is a preparation. What looks like waiting is actually wisdom. Allah delays to elevate, delays to refine, delays to protect, and delays to give you more than you asked for. Sometimes the delay is about you. There may be something within you that needs strengthening, healing, or reshaping before you can step into the blessing. You may need more patience, more discipline, more gratitude, or even more trust. Allah uses delay as a classroom where your faith grows, your character deepens, and your heart becomes more aligned with His plan. When you learn to trust Allah through the delay, you develop the kind of faith that does not break when life gets hard. You learn to surrender your timeline and embrace His. You begin to see that your journey is not being slowed down, it is being perfected. The version of you who will receive the blessing is not the same as the version of you who prayed for it. Delay is creating that upgraded version. There are also times when delay is positioned to protect you from hidden harm. If Allah closed a door, it is because there was something behind it that was not meant for you. If He slowed something down, it is because rushing into it would have caused pain, confusion, or loss. What you see as a delay, Allah sees as safety. What you call waiting, Allah calls mercy. Sometimes you only understand this when you look back and realize that the thing you wanted so desperately would not have served your future. Allah saved you by delaying it. He honored you by guiding you away from it. He prepared you by holding it back until the right moment. When the blessing finally arrives, you will see why the delay was necessary. You will realize that Allah didn't deny you, He preserved you. He didn't forget you, He elevated you. He didn't delay to hurt you, He delayed to give you something far greater than anything you imagined. Every moment of waiting was building a future you are now ready to walk into, crafted with precision by the one who knows you better than you know yourself. Every setback you face is positioning you for a divine comeback. Even if you cannot see it in the moment. What you think is a setback may actually be a setup crafted by Allah to bring you closer to your purpose. Sometimes life closes doors not to punish you, but to redirect you. Sometimes people walk away so Allah can send those who truly belong in your journey. Sometimes opportunities fade because Allah has written something far better that requires space to enter your life. You may feel like you've fallen behind, but Allah is moving you forward in a way that is deeper, stronger, and more meaningful than the path you imagine. A setback is never the end. It is only a chapter, a pause, a moment of redirection that ultimately leads you toward a place you were meant to reach all along. There are times when Allah allows you to experience loss so that you can gain something greater. He removes what is temporary to give you what is lasting. He shakes your foundation so He can rebuild you on something unshakable. When you go through a setback, you are being pushed out of your comfort zone and into a zone of growth. You discover strength you didn't know you had. You learn lessons you never would have learned, and you develop resilience that becomes the foundation of your future. Some of the greatest blessings in life are born in times of struggle. When you hit rock bottom, you discover that Allah is the rock beneath it. When everything feels like it's falling apart, it may actually be falling into place in ways only Allah understands. A setback also teaches you humility and reliance on Allah. It removes the illusion that you are in control and reminds you that every step, every success, every moment of progress comes by His permission. While setbacks may bring temporary pain, they bring lasting clarity. They reveal who truly supports you, who cares for you, who stands with you. They reveal what truly matters and what you must release. They strip away the unnecessary so you can rise with purpose. Without setbacks, you would remain in places too small for the destiny Allah has written for you. They push you to grow into the version of yourself capable of holding the blessings Allah has prepared. What looks like failure may actually be divine preparation. Sometimes Allah delays your progress so He can elevate you at the right moment. Sometimes He allows you to lose something so He can place you where your full potential can flourish. Your setback is not a sign that Allah has abandoned you. It is a sign that He is about to demonstrate His power in your life. The greater the setback, the greater the comeback. The deeper the fall, the higher the rise. Allah often tests the depth of your faith before He shows you the height of your success. When you remain patient, grateful, and trusting during the hardest seasons, Allah responds with openings, opportunities, and blessings that far surpass anything you thought was possible. Your comeback is already written. The setback was the bridge leading you to it. You may not understand why life had to unfold the way it did, but one day you will realize that every disappointment, every detour, every heartbreak was guiding you toward a destination filled with wisdom, purpose, and divine elevation. Allah is the best planner, and His plan always ends in goodness for the believer. Your setback is simply the beginning of a comeback shaped by His mercy, crafted by His knowledge, and timed with His perfection. Allah's plan is bigger than what you can see or imagine. Even when life feels uncertain or confusing, Allah is arranging every detail with wisdom far beyond human understanding. What looks small to you may be part of a much greater picture that you cannot yet see. You might be asking for something simple while Allah is preparing something extraordinary. You may think you've reached your limit, but Allah sees potential within you that you haven't discovered. His plan for your life includes moments of growth, unexpected blessings, and opportunities that arrive at the perfect time. Every delay, every closed door, every detour is part of His design, shaping you for what's ahead. Allah doesn't just give you what you ask for. He gives you what is best for you. You only see the present, but Allah sees the entire journey, where you are, where you're going, and who you will become. Trust that His plan is leading you towards something greater than the pain you endured, greater than the dreams you once held, greater than anything you imagined. What Allah has written for you is always bigger, better, and more beautiful than your expectations.